Oh. Hi. Hi, Susan. Are you good? I'm first. Yay! Susan is first. Clock it. Please like for me so that you'll be first to like. Let's go. Like. Before someone else like. Clock it. Yeah, I'm okay. And you? Yeah, okay. A big shout out to Susan. Oh, Susanna, I mean. Susanna. Oh, my days. I did. Thank you. Oh, dear. Hope your day was good. Amazing. Yeah, we are back again. Yeah, we are back again for this the last stream of the day. Okay, let me write something. Caption. Drop here. Done. Oh, okay. I'm always on your live. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Yeah, I'm grateful. You look like Lisa from Blackpink. Oh, really? Thank you. From Kenya. Hi, lovely from Kenya. Nice to meet you. You're welcome. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm always watching live. Really, Susanna. Thank you so much, Susanna. A big shout out to Susanna. She was the first on this live stream. A big shout out to Grace. Please drop your name. A big shout out to you, Eugene. I've been on your few live. Oh, thank you so much. Please, can we just drop our name so we can carry on? A big shout out to Faye. A big shout out to Neva. A big shout out to Nelly. Can we please go like? Thank you for spamming. Thank you so much for tapping. Please, let's go like. You know, when we come in, the usual thing we do is to, like, you drop your name, okay? My name is, sorry, I didn't see that. Can you type it again? A big shout out to Mahika. Hi, Mahika. That name sounds like what I always call every day. A big shout out to Saila. A big shout out to Dulcie. I like your hair. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Mashika. A big shout out to Mary. A big shout out to Mai. A big shout out to Happy. A big shout out to Lilemia. A big shout out to Amelia. A big shout out to Miko.
Popsicle.
Let's go.
Pop.
Guys, please, let's like and sub. Let's sub. Let's like, okay? Let's go like and subscribe. Let's go. Drop your name. Is it still lagging? Ah, it's lagging. A big shout out to Mahika. A big shout out to Lily Mai. Please, guys, write your name again. Please write your name again. Thank you. Let's go. A big shout out to Jana. A big shout out to Siso Lily. A big shout out to Sherem. A big shout out to Mariam. I'm so happy. I'm glad you're happy. A big shout out to Leona. I'm here every life. I love you, Leona. Thank you so much. I'm sending hearts. Oh, thank you, Susanna. Bless you. A big shout out to Jasmine. A big shout out to Ruby. A big shout out to Lily. Please keep writing your name till I see it, okay? Keep writing your name. A big shout out to Clifford. A big shout out to Oa, Oa, Oa. A big shout out to Cleo. Oh, no worries. A big shout out to David. Claire, no worry, anytime, okay? A big shout out to Abiola. A big shout out to Aurora. I like you. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Oh, you're very supportive. Thank you so much. Who is watching? A big shout out to Cleopatra. Oh, that's your real name. Lovely name. A big shout out to Scarlett. Hi, Scarlett. A big shout out to Toti. Toti, Toti, Toti. A big shout out to Sadie. A big shout out to Ella. Thank you, and I'm so happy you said my name. Oh, thank you too. A big shout out to Lily. Yeah, I love you too. Thank you, Nessie. Thank you, Nesta P. A big shout out to you, Lily. A big shout out to Daisy. Let's go, guys. Please, let's like. Let's go like. Let's take the like to 15. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Simu. Let's like and sub. Let's like and sub. A big shout out to Jasmine. A big shout out to Taylor. A big shout out to Martin. Let's go. Let's go. Please, let's take the like to 15. And let's sub. Thank you. A big shout out to Rose. Absolutely beautiful names. A big shout out to Yasmin. Beautiful name. Gorgeous, gorgeous name. A big shout out to Blessing. A big shout out to Sluan. Hi, it's me from yesterday. Hi, lovely. Hope you're good. I sub. Thank you for subbing. A big shout out to Cleo. A big shout out to Avika. A big shout out to... Hi, my guy. Hi, Evie. Hope you're good. Can I see the paper? That's the paper. Yeah, that's the paper. That's the paper. It's a fuck. Let's go. A big shout out to Oratai. A big shout out to Krino. Oh my God, thank you. You said my name. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. A big shout out to Rez My. A big shout out to Erin. A big shout out to Simi. A big shout out to Clarin. Oh my God, you said thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Have a big shout out to Blessing. A big shout out to Brooke Lane. A big shout out to Amelia. Let's go. A big shout out to Kay. Oh, so gorgeous. Thank you so much. Guys, I just posted my fashion arc as usual. You know, I told you I post every day. Who has even gone to check my today's post? I don't know if it has even downloaded, but never mind. Please always check on my post, like and comment. Drop your names. Let me give you a shout. Let's go. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Agnes. A big shout out to Guinea Pig. Like, is that your name? Don't know. A big shout out to Rumi. A big shout out to Sierra. A big shout out to Turiai. A big shout out to Amma. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Levi. A big shout out to Ciaran. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm beautiful, Esther. Thank you. A big shout out to Jemina. A big shout out to Angel. I was on your live yesterday. Oh, yeah, I saw your name. Yeah. Ole Kitty. Yeah. Hello, Kitten. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming again. Thank you so much. Please drop your real name. Let me give you a shout. Guys, let's keep coming. I know I've not called some people. Just keep dropping your name till I see it. Okay, let's go. A big shout out to Adaline. Adaline. Hi. A big shout out to... Who am I calling now? Hi, you're so kind. Thank you so much. I was on your live yesterday too. Oh, Karen. A big shout out to Karen. A big shout out to Molly. A big shout out to Brisky. A big shout out to Lai. A big shout out to Aaron. I'm a huge fan. I love you so much. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Georgia. A big shout out to Aleya. A big shout out to Simon. A big shout out to Happy Girl. A big shout out to Cleo. Amara. A big shout out to Lilo. Big shout out to Faith. Guys, please let's go like. Can we take the like to 25? Thank you. I love you too. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Eliana, Clockett, Slay Queen, and Slay Kings. A big shout out to Kiwi. A big shout out to Janice. A big shout out to Freya. Clock it, girl. A big shout out to Inaya. A big shout out to Ava. A big shout out to Joy. A big shout out to Grace. A big shout out to young Lily Mai. A big shout out to Sophia. Big shout out to Lauren. A big shout out to Kitty. A big shout out to Yara. A big shout out to Malini. A big shout out to Harry. A big shout out to you, Safe. A big shout out to Rodell. A big shout out to Antwa. A big shout out to Keira. Shout out to Dahlia. A big shout out to Alessia. A big shout out to Oha, Oha, Oha. A big shout out to Danica. A big shout out to Ava. Remember me, said you. Thank you, I do. Evie, I love you so much. A big shout out to Hollis. I love your consistency. Oh, thank you. I love your content. I think that's what you say. Thank you. A big shout out to Stacy. A big shout out to Scarlett. A big shout out to Zion. A big shout out to Nelly. A big shout out to Kayla. Bless you guys. Bless you. A big shout out to Jack. A big shout out to Kayla. A big shout out to Alessia. A big shout out to Milani. A big shout out to Lila. A big shout out to Taylor Sweet. A big shout out to James. Big shout out to Molly. A big shout out to Milan. A big shout out to Kida. A big shout out to Mariam. A big shout out to thee. Yeah, Molly, go on. A big shout out to Alice. A big shout out to Alessia. Guys, please, let's go like. Let's go like. Can we take the like to 30 likes, please? 30 likes. We just need 3 persons to take it to 30 likes. Thank you. A big shout out to Nikki. A big shout out to Maya. A big shout out to Phoebe. A big shout out to Prize. A big shout out to Tina. A big shout out to Lilita. A big shout out to Alessia. A big shout out to Rebecca. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Iris. A big shout out to Casey. A big shout out to Linda. A big shout out to Latita. Guys, let's like and sub. Thank you so much. Can we take the like to 35? Just 3. I need 3 persons to take it to 35. Thank you. Let's go. A big shout out to Hila. A big shout out to Sena. Remember me when said I were. Okay. A big shout out to Fatima. Do you know Fatima is my mom's it's the same name as my mom. So you are my mom's namesake. Lovely. A big shout out to Gladys. Let's go, 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 go. A big shout out to Kinda. Big shout out to Willow. Hi, Willow. A big shout out to Hula. A big shout out to Fiedome. A big shout out to Alessia. A big shout out to Priska. Molly, please say that again. Hello, I'm the one who contacted you 2 weeks ago and said. Oh, in 2 weeks ago. Ah, thank God. Your test is done. Hope you pass. Thank you for coming. I wish you all the best. Drop your name. Let me give you a shout out. You will pass. Amen. A big shout out to Heidi. A big shout out to Lexi. A big shout out to Healthy. A big shout out to Cedar. A big shout out to Ismail. A big shout out to Molly. A big shout out to Aliza. Please, can we like? Let's go like and sub. As we come in, please, let's like and sub. Can you take the like to 35? I just need 2 persons. I just need 2 persons to take it to 35. And sub for me. Please like and sub. Thank you. A big shout out to Bella. How are you, Bella? Can I become Molly? Not now, okay? Molly, not now. I'm not ready for it now, okay? A big shout out to Ellen. A big shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Lila. Shout out to Helen. Shout out to Lyra. Oh, I wish her all the best and healing mercy. A big shout out to Maron. Maron, so sorry for that. I pray, yeah, she gets well soon. Hope she gets well soon. A big shout out to Omfi. Omfi. Guys, please, let's like and sub. Can we take the like to 40? Let's go. Would you... Let's go. A big shout out to Lai. A big shout out to Wopa. A big shout out to Kida. A big shout out to Levy. A big shout out to Alex. A big shout out to Grace. A big shout out to Lisa. A big shout out to Cleo. A big shout out to Leah. I mean, let's go. Clock it. Chipazini Maradini. Cappuccino. A big shout out to Hope. A big shout out to Kida. A big shout out to Sahofi. That's what I saw. I think it's Sophie. A big shout out to Sophie. Yeah, I think it's Sophie. Please, let's write correctly, okay? Let's go. A big shout out to Rehani. Can somebody be tapping for me? Please, I just need someone to take it to 40. One person, please. Let one person's like and sub. Thank you. Let's take it to 40. Let's go. Let's go. A big shout out to Aza. A big shout out to... You beat... Oh, Aza, congratulations. Thank God you beat cancer. All the best. A big shout out to Ollie. Let's go. A big shout out to Cleo. Hi, Kiki. Hi, King Kate. You're the prettiest girl in the world. Don't let anyone deny it. Thank you so much. Thank you. A big shout out to Maya. A big shout out to Ami. A big shout out to Archie. Hi, I'm new and my name is... Drop your name. I will give you a shout even if you're new. A big shout out to Skylar. You happy? Yeah, I'm happy. And you? A big shout out to Aria. Hi. I'm fine, Judy. A big shout out to Judy. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Relay. A big shout out to Artifa. Big shout out to Ollie. Big shout out to Roman. Happy New Year, Aria. Are you just coming? You've been enjoying the year. Happy New Year to you. A big shout out to Sophie. A big shout out to Leela. Shalang was here the day before. Can you please give me a shout out? Yeah, what's your name? Can you put down your name? A big shout out to Alicia. A big shout out to Steffi. A big shout out to Rania. A big shout out to Crystal. A big shout out to Eva. A big shout out to Tamara. My day was good, thank you. Oh, a big shout out to Givara. Hi, lovely. You like and sub. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Rahim. Thank you, guys. Please, can we take the like to 50? Thank you so much. Let's go. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. Clock it. A big shout out to Freya. A big shout out to Olivia. A big shout out to Ima. A big shout out to Chanlangwa. Stay in the chat. Yeah, I'm here. Big shout out to Alina. I'm back. I need... Oh, you need training football. All right. My son just went for his football training as well. A big shout out to Martin. A big shout out to Lila. You're beautiful. Thank you. A big shout out to Zafa. A big shout out to Araya. A big shout out to Leah. Leland. A big shout out to Danny. I'm trying to crack my brain. A big shout out to Naomi. A big shout out to Bethany. A big shout out to Kylie. A big shout out to Christina. A big shout out to Max. A big shout out to Laura. You're pretty. Thank you so much, Jenny. A big shout out to Jenny. A big shout out to Eva, your brother. A big shout out to Mike. A big shout out to Rose. A big shout out to Alessia May. A big shout out to Lucas. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Aww. That's so sweet. Thank you so much for the like. Please, let's go like and sub. Let's like and sub. A big shout out to Sienna. A big shout out to Stray Kids Lover. Thanks for the likes. Thank you so much. A big shout out to 11. A big shout out to Clifford. A big shout out to Lena. Because you're nice. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Hannah. You're so beautiful and nice. Thank you so much. Thanks for subscribing. A big shout out to Jocelyn. A big shout out to Steve. A big shout out to Kiki. A big shout out to Amelia. A big shout out to Alina. A big shout out to Robin. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Let's go. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go. Let's like. Can we take the like to 60, please? Please, guys, let's take the like to 60. I just need 2 more persons to take it to 60. Thank you. A big shout out to Bendover. A big shout out to Lisa. A big shout out to your lovely sister, Annie. A big shout out to Pretty Baddie, Clock It. A big shout out to Mintu. A big shout out to Mido. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Colleen. A big shout out to Zahina. A big shout out to Dustin. Big shout out to Kayla. Hi, lovely. Hi, girl. A big shout out to Willow. A big shout out to Ray Baker. Yeah, I do. Lila. Big shout out to Lila. Guys, let's go. Let's take the like up. Let's take the like up. If you're just coming in and you have not like, please like and sub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I almost bite my tongue. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Please like and sub. Thank you so much. Let's go. Please drop your name if I've not called you. Please just keep dropping your name. Clock it. Go, girl. A big shout out to Noah. Please do your mom. A big shout out to your mommy, Valentina.
Smiley face without a smile.
A big shout out to Nina. A big shout out to Leonia. You're blessed. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Sophie.
Smiley
A big shout out to Nora. A big shout out to Kiki.
Smiley
Is that your name?
without
A big shout out to Jayla. A big shout out to Belle. A big shout out to Zara. A big shout out to Haya. Let's go. A big shout out to Scarlett. Big shout out to Ruby. Big shout out to Lisa. A big shout out to Fatima. Big shout out to David.
without a smile.
Big shout out to Zantasha. Big shout out to Sarah.
Somebody that's
Big shout out to Kelly. Big shout out to Rawanzi.
without a smile.
Clock it. Big shout out to Barbara. Big shout out to Fedi. Me, please. Your name, please. A big shout out to Fida. Guys, please, let's go like. Can we take the like to 70? Thank you so much. Let's take the like up. If you have not liked and you're in, please like. If you have not subscribed, please like and sub. Thank you. Let's go. Drop your names. A big shout out to, I'm seeing a name that I've not called. Let's go. A big shout out to Bobby. A big shout out to Imran. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Asel. A big shout out to Zantasha. A big shout out to Mido.
Chicken.
A big shout out to Elos. A big shout out to Maddie. Big shout out to Lena. A big shout out to Cha-Cha. Shout out to Riza. Shout out to Isabel. A big shout out to Yuma. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Please, if you have not like and sub, please, let's go like and sub and drop your names. Thank you. A big shout out to Betty. Shout out to Katie. Big shout out to Melissa. Oh yeah, thanks for the likes. Guys, let's go. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Moretaps. Moretaps.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, thank you, Ahmad. A big shout out to Ahmad. A big shout out to Holly. A big shout out to Mia. Shout out to Poppy. Shout out to Kimberly. A big shout out to Melissa. I like your house. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Angel. A big shout out to Jace.
Very dark circle.
A big shout out to Oscar. Guys, let's go. Let's like and sub. Let's go, 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 go. Please, let's go like. Drop me a like, you know. I think I deserve it. Clock it. Kimberly. A big shout out to Kimberly. A big shout out to Heavy. A big shout out to Aria. A big shout out to Moretap. A big shout out to Jess. A big shout out to Team. Guys, let's go. Can we take the like up? Thank you. A big shout out to Aki. A big shout out to Fire. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Yes, please, can we take the like up? Thank you. Please, let's like and subscribe. A big shout out to Zoya. I subscribe. My name is Evie. Is that your name? A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Lily. I sub. Thank you for subscribing, guys. All my subscribers, thank you so much. You all are amazing. Okay? Thank you so much. A big shout out to Summer. A big shout out to Lena. A big shout out to Autumn. A big shout out to Eva. Oh my God, thank you. Oh, this is the first time you're getting a shout out. Yeah, I will always give you anytime. Trust me. Okay. Please, if you have not heard your name, I'm saying it again. Drop your name back to back till you hear your name. Okay? Just keep dropping your names. I will give you a shout out. All right? A big shout out to Jasmine. A shout out to Harleys. Shout out to Satvika. Shout out to Charlie's. Shout out to Amazing. Shout out to Lila. Shout out to Mariam. Shout out to Adaise. Shout out to Uche. Shout out to Susan. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Bokang. Shout out to Ward. Shout out to Sia. Shout out to Sari. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Adele. Shout out to Mangi. Shout out to Noah. Hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Susanna. Cloudy. Please, my sister. What's your big shout out to your lovely sister, Lila. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Let's go. Can we take the like up? Let's go. Please, if you have not liked and you have not subscribed, please like and sub. Just 1 second will be okay for you to do it, okay? And just keep dropping your names. I will give you a shout out, okay? Your day is blessed. Let's go. And your evening is blessed as well. Let's go. A big shout out to Hamba. Hamba, how are you? A big shout out to Esila. Literally, thank you. A big shout out to Naomi. A big shout out to Hesla. A big shout out to your brother Jackson. A big shout out to Helen. A big shout out to Christine. A big shout out to Icon. A big shout out to Sophie. A big shout out to Darlene. Oh, thank you so much. You're blessed as well, and your family. God bless you. A big shout out to me. A big shout out to Zoe. A big shout out to Eileen. A big shout out to Lara. A big shout out to Chloe. A big shout out to Millie Hala. A big shout out to Esila. A big shout out to Band. A big shout out to Manon. A big shout out to Esila. A big shout out to Ari. I love you too, thank you. A big shout out to Rumi. A big shout out to Sophia. A big shout out to Anna. A big shout out to Andu Greeny. A big shout out to Esila. A big shout out to Raphael. Big shout to Melo. Big shout to Millie. Big shout to Megan. Big shout to Helen. Big shout to Anahita. Big shout out to Anahita again. Big shout out to Okay. Guys, please, can we take just 10 seconds? I don't think it will be up to 10 seconds. Just 1 second to go and like. Can we take the like to 90? Please, I need more people. Please, just please, let's like and subscribe. Please, can we take up the like, please? As many as possible, please. If you're just joining me, you are welcome. I'm more than happy to give you a shout out. And when you like, you drop your name. If I've not called your name, just keep dropping it back to back. I'll be here for long. Yeah, I'll be on this live for long. So I'm not leaving any minutes. I will definitely see your name. Just keep tapping for me and drop your name. If you have heard your name, please just tap for me. At least just tap for 1 minute for me. If you have heard your name, just to say thank you. Please, if you have heard your name, can you please tap for me for 1 minute? Then you can go again, bring up your name, okay? Please, I'll be here for a very long time. I'm not leaving any minute. I will call your name. Please, can you go like for me and subscribe? Thank you so much. You all are amazing. Mwah. Let's go. And these names are lovely as well. Pretty names. A big shout out to Evelyn. A big shout out to Jasmine. Big shout out to Maya. A big shout out to for Hebi. Big shout out to Mandy. A big shout out to Mustafa. Big shout out to Hela. A big shout out to Gaza. A big shout out to Adele. Shout out to Dili. A big shout out to Toba. A big shout out to Kentalo. Kentelo. A big shout out to Jaja. A big shout out to Malak. A big shout out to Olivia. A big shout out to Evelyn. Thank you so much. You're welcome. A big shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Amelia. A big shout out to Delena. Big shout out to Zoya. Big shout out to Ariana. A big shout out to Osin. You are welcome. A big shout out to Mustafa. A big shout out to Stephanie. A big shout out to Unyansh. A big shout out to Miss, your lovely sister. A big shout out to Fiat. Guys, please, can we take the like up? Guys, let's go. Please, can we take the like up? Please, let's go, guys. I know we can do it. 2 more likes, please. 2 more likes. Thank you so much for tapping. Thank you. I wish I know who is tapping. Thank you so much. God bless you. I just need 2 more likes. I know there are people that have come in that haven't liked. Please, it's 100 like. Thank you. Thank you so much. We got 100 likes. Congratulations to you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Please, let's keep liking. Let's keep liking. I'll be here for a very long time. So you don't need to worry, okay? Clock it. You don't need to worry. I will give you back to back and you'll be happy. You will dream good dreams. You will sleep good sleep. When you hear your name in your dream, you'll be happy. You'll be like, oh, that voice it sounds like Essie's voice in my dream. Guys, let's go. A big shower to Yasmin. Remember me, I was first, like, yeah, and first view. Yeah, I remember. Why not? A big shower to Jennifer. A big shout out, Auntie, I'm back. Oh, Nitya, how are you, dear? A big shout out to Nitya. Hope you are good, my darling. Please tap, guys, please tap for me. If it's even one or two persons that can be giving me that tap back to back. Oh, my days. Let's go because I'll be here for long. This is just 7 p.m. my time. I'll be here till 9 o'clock. So you can see I'm here for you. Just write your name. Don't complain. Just put it down. I will call you. A big shout out to Kiki. People are writing my name. A big shout out to Amu. A big shout out to Fena. A big shout out to Miley's. A big shout out to Maria. A big shout out to Georgia. A big shout out to Mo. A big shout out to Sophie. A big shout out to Ketelo. A big shout out to Aaron. A big shout out to Brooks. A big shout out to Kahohimhi. Please, we should always spell our names well so that I can try to pronounce it, okay? Sometimes we spell it wrongly and I struggle with it. Please, let's, type our names correctly so that it will be easy for me to sound. I can only try. Thank you so much. Let's keep the names coming. A big shower to Zara. A big shower to Sadi. Guys, if you are dropping, I love you. I love you back. Okay, I love you too. Thank you so much. A big shower to Ava. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. Do you have any games? No. A big shower to Alema. A big shower to Haza. A big shout out to Haley. A big shout out to Savannah. A big shout out to Ruby. A big shout out to Epico. A big shout out to Carlo. A big shout out to Zara. A big shout out to Cara. A big shout out to Morentap. Yeah, a big shout out to Sherry. Yeah, I understand. A big shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Rosalie. A big shout out to Robin. A big shout out to Eddie. A big shout out to Mawa. A big shout out to Mo. Big shout out to Abigail. A big shout out to Eric. Can we please go like and sub? Thank you. Let's go like and sub. Let's like and sub. Let's go. A big shout out to Haley. A big shout out to Masaba. A big shout out to Sina. A big shout out to Asia. A big shout out to Pleasant. A big shout out to Carla. A big shout out to Luna. A big shout out to Dina. A big shout out to Carnet. A big shout out to Asia. Big shout out to Gracie. I subscribe. A big shout out to Zila. Guys, can we please take the like up? Can we please like and subscribe? Thank you so much. A big shout out to Kelly. Please, if you've not heard your name, just keep dropping your name. I'm here for you. Honestly, trust me. I have 2 more hours to go, so that's a lot. I'm not leaving anytime soon. Just be dropping your name. I'll catch you. Can I have a tapper in this live stream? Can someone volunteer to tap for me? Everyone can volunteer. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Let's go. A big shower to Asia. A big shower to Vanessa. A big shower to Huda. A big shower to Kano. A big shower to Luke. Keep dropping your comments. I might not see it. So drop your names, please. A big shower to Amelia. A big shout to Lily. A big shout to Harley. A big shout to Renesma. A big shout to Evie. Clock it, guys. You guys are amazing. Oh my God, I don't think... God, please say that again. It just went. Okay, big shout out to Kulo. A big shout out to Natalie. Clock it, baby. Clock it. A big shout out to Peter. Big shout out to Camila. Shh. A big shout out to... Guys, let's go. Can you drop your... A big shout out to Dennis. A big shout out to Untob Fuhi. I tried for that name. You need to clap for me. A big shout out to Kita and you too. A big shout out to Ivy. Oh, way. A big shout out to Aliyah. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to Papa. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Kulo. Shout out to Luca. Shout out to Christina. Oh, you're welcome. A big shout out to Daisy. A big shout out to Tabitha. A big shout out to Amber. A big shout out to Isabella. A big shout out to Tessa. A big shout out to Romina. A big shout out to Flesha. A big shout out to Chloe. Big shout out to James. big shout out to Olivia. A big shout out to Guyana. A big shout out to Rosaline. Guys, if you are saying thank you, yeah, I can see your comments. Some of you are saying thank you for calling my name. Thank you so much. I'm seeing those comments. Thank you so much, okay? Some will say, do you remember me? I do remember you. Thank you so much, okay? God bless you. A big shout out to Jean. A big shout out to Tumza. A big shout out to G Quizzy. A big shout out to Tessa. A big shout out to Martin. A big shout out to Tina. A big shout out to Holy. A big shout out to Omfi. A big shout out to Peter. Guys, can we take a minute to go like and sub? Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Let's go, 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 go. A big shout out to Cody. A big shout out to Unkosini. A big shout out to Liam. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to Amo. Shout out to Harden. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Betty. Shout out to Magangia. Shout out to Rosa. Big shout out to Raphael. Big shout out to Matt. Big shout out to Rohini. A big shout out to Matt. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Amo. Ah, bless me. Yeah. Guys, please, I posted a video. Please, let's go have a look at the video. It's a fashion arc video. Please, I teach all those fashion arc. Let's go. Please, let's like and comment on those videos. Thank you so much. Can we please like on this stream? Yeah, we shouldn't forget. Please, let's like and sub. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Mala. A big shout out to Jemina. A big shout out to Goja. A big shout out to Mary. A big shout out to Hano. How are you, Hano? Hope you're good. Let's go. A big shout out to Otto. A big shout out to Goja. A big shout out to Amo. A big shout out to Aisha. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Amo. A big shout out to Ima. Big shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Ara. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Lavinia. Shout out to Otto. Shout out to Adele. Shout out to Mariam. Shout out to Lavina. Shout out to Ayana. Shout out to Keira. Shout out to Kinda. Shout out to Zainab. Should I face review? Review. I don't get that. A big shout out to Nobuso. Big shout out to Zoya. Big shout out to Nobuso. Big shout out to Nelly Siwe. Big shout out to Haya. Big shout out to Pio. Big shout out to Ria. A big shout out to Bandy. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Let's go. Can we please go like and sub? A big shout out to Henry. A big shout out to Mametwa. A big shout out to Tando. A big shout out to Kumo. A big shout out to Emery. A big shout out to Bonewi. A big shout out to Queen. Guys, please, let's go like and sub. Please, let's like and sub. Let's just take 1 second. Can we take the like to 142? I just need 3 persons. I need 3 persons to take it up. Thank you so much for tapping. Thank you for spamming. I'm seeing it. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Keisha. A big shout out to Hella. A big shout out to Rosie, Olivia, and Picarine. Big shout out to Hinara. Big shout out to Jennifer. A big shout out to Israel. A big shout out to Rosie. A big shout out to Hebe. Shout out to LC. Stop it, Kiki. A big shout out to Robin. A big shout out. Angela. I love your hair. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Tabo. A big shout out to Najad. Big shout out to Jack Caleb. Big shout out to Hela. Big shout out to Renee Smile. Please, can we take the like up? Thank you. Please, let's like and sub. A big shout out to Hela. A big shout out to Tiana. Big shout out to Hela. Big shout out to Hebe. Big shout out to Rose. Shout out to Mila. Big shout out to Carmen. Big shout out to Kami. Big shout out to Hebe. Shout out to Jess. Jesma. Big shout out to Sabrina. A big shout out to Oreo. Big shout out to Tamdo. Big shout out to Hema. A big shout out to Tia. Big shout out to Rose. Shout out to Jimmy. A big shout out to Hano. Shout out to Bethany. Shout out to Nova. Shout out to Eliza. Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Hela. Shout out to Maria. Shout out to Skibidi. Shout out to Winnie. Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Hela. Shout out to Ore. Shout out to Bavia. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to Sophia. Hi, Mario. Shout out to Mario. Shout out to Raphael. Shout out to Marty. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Yeah, please let's like and sub. Yeah, just for a few seconds. Please let's quickly do it, then we carry on. Yeah, please let's like and sub. Please, I just need those people that haven't liked, or you left and you came back. If you come back, you need to like again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please let's take the like up. Yeah, can we please go like and sub? For those that haven't like and sub, I follow, sub, and I like. Carrie. A big shout out to you, Carrie. Swatch Oreo. You look beautiful. Thank you so much. Please, can we quickly do this? Yeah, the like is not moving at all. Please, if you like what I'm doing and you're happy, can we please take the likes up? Okay, and sub. Hope you can see my paper. Yeah, please let's take the likes up. I know some of us has probably forgotten and you just tune into the stream. Yeah, I understand. But please, I'm just reminding you, please like and sub. Thank you so much. Clock it. I have amazing names. I've written a lot of amazing names, which I'm happy about. And I'm loving this life. Absolutely. Please let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. So we'll carry on. I just need 3 persons to take it to 150. Yeah, just 3 persons. Yeah, just 3. Please, if you have not liked, please, just 3. Thank you. Let's take it to 50. Just 30 to get to 50. Thank you. And I want to thank the person that has been tapping, spamming. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm so happy to have you on this stream. If not you. Yeah, a big shout out to Hela. Shout out to Amina. Shout out to Hall. Shout out to Gift. Shout out to Kingsley.
Dress.
My whole family liked and sub. Oh, your whole family? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Bless your family. Thank you so much. Yeah, family, thank you so much. I love all of you. A big shout out to Grace. Clock it. A big shout out to Hela. A big shout out to Ellen. I hope so. A big shout out to Cardi. A big shout out to Hela. A big shout out to Cardi. A big shout out to Ollie. Guys, let's go. Can we take the like to 60? A big shout out to Lana. A big shout out to Hami. I'm good. A big shout out to Halsey. Let's go. A big shout out to Lila.
Is the other
Guys, if I've not called your name, please drop your name, okay? I don't want any swear word, and I don't want any bad word on the comments, okay? If you don't hear your name, just write only your name. Don't put any other comments, because it might be too much for me to quickly read, because the comment section, everything is going so fast. Okay? I have exam, please. Yeah, I wish you good luck, Nia. And wish you good luck in your exam. All the best. And I pray you pass. Okay, love you. A big shout out to Farah. A big shout out to Helen. A big shout out to Lila. Guys, I just posted a video before coming live. Can we please check out for the video? It's just a fashion hack. Yeah, it's just a fashion hack. Yeah, it might be helpful to someone. Please, even if it's not helpful to you, pick comment. If you do like the video, I need to see your comment and your like. I will know that you have watched it. Thank you for that. A big shout out to Leila. A big shout out to Carly. A big shout out to George. No worries. Thank you, Sahil. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to George. A big shout out to Heavy. A big shout out to Nectalos. A big shout out to Eric T. A big shout out to Shanti. A big shout out to Erita. A big shout out to Hassa. A big shout out to Meron. A big shout out to Kanko. A big shout out to Sarah. A big shout out to Vivian. A big shout out to Amanda. A big shout out to Hassel. A big shout out to Grace. A big shout out to Tilly. Shout out to Felicity. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Antonia. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Melanie. Yeah, what's your name? Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Haley. Are you writing names soon? Yeah, soon. A big. I've been writing names. I just dropped the notes just for some minutes. Yeah, I'll still carry on. A big shout out to Inaya. A big shout out to Melanin. A big shout out to Inaya. Big shout out to Hannah. Hi, Robert. A big shout out to Robert. A big shout out to Jason. A big shout out to Precious.
Green grass.
A big shout out to Warona. A big shout out to Success. A big shout out to Lean. A big shout out to Precious. A big shout out to Alicia. A big shout out to Hannah Gibson. Why won't I remember you? Why won't I remember you, Hannah? I do remember you. Let's go. Hope you're good, dear. Clock it. Wow. You're little so pretty. I am sorry. I'm saying your evening time. That's you. Yeah, Sahiba. Big shout out to you. No worries. No worries. Yeah, positive vibes all the way. Okay. That is the past. Okay. A big shout out to Forest. A big shout out to Anabia. Yeah, someone is asking me, what is my job? Yeah, this is my job. It's a job. And yeah, and my main job, yeah, I'm a carer. I care for the elderly, so that's my job. That's my job. Yeah, yeah. Clock it. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Faye. A big shout out to Refire. A big shout out to Farona. A big shout out to Finn. A big shout out to Olivia Mai. A big shout out to Lola. A big shout out to Saide. A big shout out to Rihanna. Clock it. A big shout out to Hiva. A big shout out to Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Guys, I'm seeing your thank you. Thank you too. You all are welcome anytime, any day. Guys, can we take the likes up? Thank you. I know some of us are just joining. Please, let's like. Just take 1 second to like. Then drop your names. I'll be staying for long. So please drop your names. If I've not called you, please be patient with me. But drop your name as quickly as possible so that I can quickly see it. And you know what I mean. So please like and sub. I create content as well. I posted a video before coming live. Yeah, you can have a look. It's just all about me and for you to still know me. for you to know me, I post some videos, my lifestyle, although I've not been putting that, but the content I create has been on my channel for, for some time now. So guys, you can have a look, drop a lovely comment for me. Yeah, I trust you guys. Yeah. Fingers crossed. And also like, thank you so much. Please, can we take the like up on this stream and drop your names? Let's go. Let's go. How long do you work each day? Yeah, I sometimes do half day and I sometimes do full day. So it depends. Yeah, I work 5 days a week. A big shout out to Sharing. Oh, I love you. I love you too, Maxi. A big shout out to you, Mara. A big shout out to you, Bana. A big shout out to you, Mira. A big shout out to you, Jacob. Thank you so much for making my day. You're welcome. Anytime, any day. Positive vibes all the ways. Clock it. This year is just positive vibes. You know. A big shout out to Maya. A big shout out to Mala. A big shout out to Jora. A big shout out to Faith. Hi, Faith. Hope you're good. A big shout out to Sky. Please, can we go like and sub? Yeah. Yeah. Can we take just 10 seconds to like and sub? Yeah, let's do it quickly. Thank you. Yeah, let's do it quickly so we can continue. Is it okay if I follow you? Absolutely. Sharing. Yeah. Yeah. Please, let's like. That's what I'm saying. This is like and sub, please. Yeah, let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's go. How many times do you do go live? It depends. When I'm very busy at work, I go live just once. When I'm not too busy at work, I go live 3 times. No, 2 times. And when I'm free, I go live as many times as possible. So I'm a live streamer and I'll keep me live every day. Every day. Yeah, I go live every day. No matter the situation, no matter, and if I won't go live, I'll drop a note that I won't be going live today at all, so that you know. Okay, so you don't need to. There is no panic. I'm here for you. Clock it.
Clock it.
Guys, let's go.
Can I show you?
Not now. A big shout out to Faith, Zainab. A big shout out to Kira. You're so kind. Thank you so much, Rifa. Clock it, Rifa. In SA. Are you in South Africa? Oh, nice to meet you. Please like and sub. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Can you please drop your name as well? Yeah, let me give you a shout. A big shout out to Faith. A big shout out to Evie. I love your videos. Really? Oh, thank you so much. A big shout out to Evie. Yeah, I post every day. Yeah, I know it's not easy to manage live stream and content. That is why I really need your support anytime, any day. That is why sometimes I just feel bad for people that hate, because really we work so hard. Yeah, we work so hard just to make people happy and just to do some content, you know. But anyways, it's good. I'm happy that even if it's one person, 5 persons, 10 persons that are happy for this, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I think I'm blessed and I've impacted positively. That is just my That is just my joy right now. This year, only positive vibes. Okay, I love you all. Clock it. So if you've not heard me say clock it means you are new. I always say clock it. Sorry, I left. I'm back. You're welcome. I know. Yeah, guys, let's go. Please drop your names. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk too much. Let's do it. Let's go. A big shout out to Millie. You're gorgeous. Thank you, Millie. A big shout out to Fatima. Do you know Fatima is my mom's name as well? Clock it. Yeah, she's not a Muslim, but it is I think her grandma that gave her that name. Yeah. So how old are you? I'm so sorry if it's weird. Yeah, you can always guess my age. Oh dear. Anna. Anna, are you my bestie? Yeah. But please don't post it though. Anna, are you my bestie? Because Anna has been asking a lot of questions, and I'm asking myself, is it Anna, or probably somebody is using our account? Yeah, please, Anna, clock it. You should know my age before now, because I know you've been following me for a very long time. So probably someone is using your account. Please, guys, if you are leaving your phone, please know who you are leaving your phone for. Okay? Yeah, some people might take your phone, and I do, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. But there are some people that I just, when I see their comment, I just block them. So it won't be fair if you are not the one. You understand what I mean? So please be careful of who you give your phone. So I don't block you. I know you are innocent. So I don't block you. I think there's somebody using Hannah's phone. Yeah, I've been seeing her comments, and the comment is not, yeah. So I think it's someone. I don't think it's Anna, because Anna has been following me for ages. And she knows, at least I've been talking for a while now. They know my age. They know how I stream. Now she's asking me, what time do you stream? And I was surprised, because she's old subscriber. Most old subscribers, they know me. You understand? They've asked some questions and I've answered them. So now she's coming to ask me. So I'm just thinking it's somebody that is using that account. So I won't answer again till tomorrow. And if I see you and you tell me, no, not you, or yes, it's you, yeah, then we'll meet. I will not answer that question again, because you are my old subscriber and you are part of the people I class, you know. Hi, Javia. You know, some people just come and go, but Hannah is not like that. Hannah has been supporting me as in positive energy back to back. So there are people I class, I put in that place. You know what I mean? So people will just come, they will subscribe, you will not see them again. But Anna has not done any of that. But a question is making me think, like, so it's not my fault, my darling. I just want the best, okay, for that account. I don't want to just take you off, because somebody might tamper with it and make everything. So it won't be nice that you are here for a very long time and I'm taking you down. Yeah, I won't be happy. So please, Anna, rethink. If you are not the one, please. Oh, you're making me cry in a happy way. Anna said I'm making her cry in a happy way. Okay. Guys, let's go. Please put down your name. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. A big shout out to Savannah. Yeah, there are people I know. Yeah, there are people I know very well. Yeah, they can never let me down, you know. Their support has been amazing. And Hannah has been putting comment on my videos. I've been seeing her comment. I've been seeing her like. So all those questions are making me think. But anyways, I'm talking too much. Clock it. Let's go. Guys, put down your names. Let me give you a shout out, okay? A big shout out to Mirabelle. A big shout out to Kiwi. A big shout out to Alexia. Thank you. I love your eyes. Faith, thank you so much. A big shout out to Lee. A big shout out to Isabella. A big shout out to Alice. A big shout out to Sabrine. A big shout out to Kahoy. Ah, okay. It proposed Queen Quiver. A big shout out to Harem. A big shout out to Daniela. A big shout out to Arabella. A big shout out to Precious, Glory, Ghost Time, and Efosa. Kai, Nigerians. Longer. You just pack everybody once. But anyways, that's fine. Bless you, my dear. A big shout out to Adele. A big shout out to Hollis. I am back from yesterday. Oinks. A big shout out to Onyx. Yeah, I remember you there. Big shout out to Shiloh. A big shout out to Sunghorn. Shout out to Tira. Shout out to Charlie's. I was in your life. Thank you. I know you all. If you were in my life the previous days, I know you all. Don't think I don't know you. I know you by your account name. So it might not be by your name, but your account name. A big shout out to Lee. A big shout out to Kanko. A big shout out to Maria. A big shout out to Eshung. A big shout out to Lucy. Oh, it's weird because it's Irish. No, your name is not weird. Can I call you Kelvin? A big shout out to Kelvin. A big shout out to Kahoy Me. A big shout out to Bambi. A big shout out to Leah. I hope I got it this time. A big shout out to Priya and Darcy. A big shout out to Scarlett. A big shout out to Adili. Can you do live tomorrow? I go live every day. Yeah, guys, tomorrow live will be just one live, please. It will just only be the evening live. Yeah, evening live, and it might start 10 o'clock p.m. Yeah, I know, but I think that's the only time I have. So tomorrow live will be evening, 10 p.m. Okay, thank you so much. Please tell your friends that are also coming that tomorrow live will be 10 p.m. Just one live tomorrow. Okay, I had to do stuff, but just one live tomorrow, 10 p.m. Please, let's be there on time. First person on the comment section will get the biggest writing on my book, name on my book, and I'll give the person a shout out. Okay, please, can we take the likes up? Guys, please, let's take the likes up. If you are just joining, please, can you take the like up? Let's tap and subscribe. A big shout out to Hella. A big shout out to Aliyah. A big shout out, I just joined. Oh, Aliyah, please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining. To Hima. Hi. A big shout out to Aria. A big shout out to Jake. A big shout out to Hella. A big shout out to Maya. A big shout out to Ella. A big shout out to Ocean. Bella, thank you, Bella. A big shout out to Kiara. A big, a big shout out to Harriet. Give me the phone. Let me use it to type something.
Okay.
A big shout out to Harper. Take it off. Mhm. I'll take. A big shout out to Hella. Yes, I do. A big shout out to Susanna. A, yeah, night, Alice. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Darlene. A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Sienna. Thank you for liking and subbing. Thank you. A big shout out to Hella. A big shout out to Willow. A big shout out to Zaydin. Oh, you just joined right now. If you're just joining right now, can you please like, yeah, and sub? And after you've done that, you'll put your name down, okay? Yeah, please just like and sub. You put down your name. Thank you. A big shout out to Aliyah. A big shout out to Talila. Glory. A big shout out to Sienna. A big shout out to Absorb. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you gorgeous. Melissa, thank you. A big shout out to Shining. A big shout out to Sophie. Say, I wish I knew. A big shout out to Joe. I'm so happy that you are alive again. Yeah, thank you. A big shout out to Fihad. A big shout out to Sam Kello. A big shout out to Priya and Daisy. A big shout out to Mia. Yeah, guys, can we please go like and sub? Guys, please let's take the likes up. Thank you. A big shout out to Abigail. Hi, Abigail. Hope you're good. Nia, thanks for liking and sub. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Gihulieta. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow by 10 p.m. UK time. 10 p.m. UK time. 10 p.m. UK time. Thank you. Just one live. We are going just one. Okay. I love your video and I am from France. I learned French. Oh, bonjour. Ça va? Ça va bien, merci et vous? Comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle Essay. Guys, let's go. Merci beaucoup. Let's go. I was waiting for you to go. Oh, Melissa, I'm live now, my darling. Clarice. Let's go. Please call all your French friends, all your friends that are French. Call all of them to come. I can't speak little French, but I'm fine. Yeah, please let's like and subscribe. Hi, girl. A big shout out to Charlie's. I'm fine, Charlie's. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci et vous? Clap for me! Oh, clock it. Bonjour. Thank you. No, it's not bonjour here. It's bonsoir. Yeah. Bonsoir. Which country are you in right now? I'm in the UK. Clock it. Ça va bien, merci. All right. Can you put down your name, my French friend? I subscribe. My name is Bill. A big shout out to Bill. Yeah, guys, everyone, please let's like. Can we tap for me? Like and sub, like and sub, like and sub. A big shout out to Angel, guys. We have Angel in the house. Angel from God, Angel from God. Hi, Angel. A big shout out to Hava. A big shout out to Max. A big shout out to Nicolene. A big shout out to Hava. Hello, Diva. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, let's go make the likes 200. I mean, yeah. Can we take the like to 200 likes? Nicolene. Nowinga. Are you Nowinga? Is it a name of I think it's the name of a country. You're not broad when it comes to the whole world. Yeah, this life has taught me a lot because I've met a lot of people from different countries, which is amazing. So I'm learning from this life. People tell me their country, and sometimes, you know, I've not heard. No, it's not my fault because I'm not well traveled. Yeah, I'm not well traveled. So guys, please, 200 likes. Let's go. Where are my English and French friends? Dutch and Spanish, Korea and Japanese, China's and Indians. Where are they? Clock it, guys. My Canadian, Americans. Let's do it. Let's go to 200 likes, guys. Go. I've not seen 200 though. I'm seeing 199. Let's do it. A big shout out to Mirabelle. A big shout out to. I'm not saying 200. I'm saying 198. That's even dropped. Guys, let's be nice. Some people are already seeing 200. Why am I not saying it? Probably I'm lagging. Yeah, probably I'm lagging. What language do you speak? I speak English. Yeah, I speak more of English. And I speak very little French, as in it's only come, go, how are you for French. That is how I know, because in my elementary stage in school, we were asked to learn French. So that was how I learned the little, French. Um, yes, that's the only international language I can really speak. Then my own local language, I understand, but I'm not that fluent. But nevertheless, I understand very well. 100%. Okay, a big shout out to Mary. Why am I not seeing 200? Please help me.
Look at this.
Very big. A big shout out to Adine. What's your language? Yeah, I speak Benin. How long is the life gonna be? It will be a long life. A long stream today. Yeah, I've seen 200. Yeah. Guys. Clock it. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. We have 200 like guys. Clock it. I love you all. Mwah. A big shout out to Jessica. A big shout out to Tindo. A big shout out to Maria. A big shout out to Manu. Clock it. A big shout out to Madison. A big shout out to Mimi. Is your real name Kiki? No, that's my daughter's name. Yeah, but my real name is Essie. A big shout out to Manu. But if you call me Kiki, yeah, I don't. Okay. I know Mr. Beast. Yeah, Mr. Beast, a YouTuber. Mr. Beast is not his real name, but people just, um, since it's his channel's name, people just prefer to call him, yeah, yeah, Mr. Biggs. I don't really know his real name. You understand? So, yeah. If you call me Kiki, I'm fine. I'll answer you anywhere, any day, anytime. Clock it, girl. What name do you want us to call you? Oh, any name you wish. But my daughter name is Kiki. If you are okay with that, Kiki is very easy to pronounce. Or you want to call me my name, Ese, E-S-E. That's my name. E-S-E. That's my name. Let me know from when I saw. Sorry, I didn't get that. Do you want to say it again, Suzanne? A big shout out to Then Dahishe. A big shout out to George. A big shout out to Sophia. Big shout out to Georgie. Hi, Miss S. Hi. Miss S-A-E-S-E. A big shout out to Emily. So if you want to call me my name, that's fine. Clock it. If you want to say Kiki, absolutely fine as well. A big shout out to Amina. A big shout out to Tiana. Okay, so from when I saw one like which it's me now, I can now see what you have likes. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Susanna. Oh, thank you. You've been so supportive, encouraging. You've been so lovely. Absolutely, you are amazing. Okay. Thank God for you. And continue to be you. Okay. Never give up on being nice and kind. It will always pave way for you. That's life. So thank you. Susanna has been tapping on this screen. She was the first to come on this live. We started from the first like from Susanna, and we are having 205. So Susanna started it. You can see. So she has been here and she's seeing the growth. Like, you understand what I mean? So thank you, Susanna, for your consistency and your support. It's really amazing to see. Oh, my dear. Thank you. Yeah, can we keep going? Can you do a shout out to Rosie? A big shout out to Rosie and my Easy. A big shout out to Finulo. A big shout out to Olivia. A big shout out to Ellie. You're so pretty. Thank you. A big shout out to Myla. Shout out to Grace. I'm so glad you're happy. I wanna tell you keep it up because it's you will follow a dream and you will be successful always. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You also be successful always. Okay, anything you do, Just keep doing it as long as you are happy with it. And yeah, success will be yours. Amen. Thank you as you watch everything grow. Thank you for your encouragement. I love you all. I know most of you wish me well. I wish you well too. Yeah, keep praying for me that God give me good health and strength. My goal is to make everyone happy. Yeah, we deserve to be loved, deserve to be happy. Clock it. Where's my hand? Come out. Come out. Clock it. I love your channel. I love how you always wish everyone the best. Ah, yeah, we are together. So you all will grow in success, okay? Favor. You all will do amazingly. Your name will be known for greatness. And I'll be happy that, yay. Look at, okay, instance now. Who is popular? Who can I say is popular now? Um, okay, let's say Rihanna. Okay, Rihanna, she's a singer. Yeah, she's well known now. And grow up, even before you become an adult, you're already singing, people know you. And you are from this channel. I'll be so glad. I'll be so happy. My bestie, she's one of my, my besties, become popular, greater, to become, international um person. You are well known. Oh God, I'm famous. I'll be so, so happy. Thank you so much, guys. I'm with everyone the same. Okay, keep growing, keep loving. I send you $1,000. How? I didn't get any of that. I'm not doubting you, but please, if you didn't do it, why are you posting? Why are you putting it there? Because I will want to say thank you. And I will tell you to tell you thank you as well. That's how it should be. Yeah, but let's be truthful. Yeah, let's be true. I didn't get any alerts, no alerts. But anyways, let's go on with the shout out. Guys, if you're just joining or you've left and you're back, can you please like and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you. A big shout out to Lily. A big to Maddie. Why does it say I'm second? Is this second? No, you're not second. I think you're first. A big shout out to Kiwi. I don't even know how to check, but sometimes all this app can so yeah, it can be confusing sometimes. I don't take them serious. A big shout out, a big shout out to Miss Essay. Thanks for that. You're so fun. Big shout out to Lena. You made me laugh as well. I also have a shout out. I yeah, can you put down your name, please? A big shout out to Christian. A big shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Maria Lee. Slava. A big shout out to Leah. Yeah, I love your video. Thank you so much, Melia. You sub. A big shout out to Oreo. You're so nice. I just wanted people to love me more because my greatest my my granddad died. Yeah, okay. Anywhere you go to your love. Yeah, the thing about love, about yeah, people reciprocating is when you when you're kind. Yeah, when you are also lovely, comes back to you. It's just it reciprocates. It's just this gesture. You will always meet when you have a kind heart. You always meet people that are kind. Haven't you noticed it? But when you are very troublesome, you always meet those of people that also appreciate you. And, you know, if you're kind, you meet that same people, okay? But if you haven't met anyone and you are still waiting and you are still, people are still treating you bad, don't worry. Very soon you will meet the kind ones and you will never forget. Hesse here is kind, so you've met one. Start counting from me. Isn't that's it? Oh, okay, my love. Rest, granddad, and I hope you're okay. Yeah, so just be strong. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, it hurts so bad. I lost my dad 12 years ago, and it still feels like it was yesterday. Sometimes when I think about him, sometimes I picture him. I think about eating. I think about when he's giving us stuff. I think about the good things he's doing, how hardworking he was. I think I taught us to be kind and love. I would just want to cry. I just want to see him again. You know what I mean? I just want to see his face again. I just want to still touch him. I just want to tell him how yeah, it's a lot, but we just have to keep ourselves happy and pray for them. Yeah, the thing is, they are there in heaven watching us. So, okay. Anyways, let's go on. Stay happy, isn't it? Positive vibe all the way. A big shout out to Patrick. I want to tell you that you are so glorious and God loves everyone and you, and have a happy new year and Christmas and wish you well. Amen. And my name is Megan. Thank you so much, Megan. A big shout out to you, Megan. I know I feel you. My mom died when I was only 9 years old. Yeah. You just want to still hear their voice, want to touch them, but don't worry. Yeah, just we need to lift up our mood, just sometimes it happens. When it happens, just try and relax. That period, pray for them, and put them in your hearts. Like, I love you, mom. Anywhere you are, I love you. Dad, anywhere you are, I love you. And just go where you. I'm sending hearts. Thank you for sending hearts. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have a